how do you build a sales culture where you have motivated 1099 sales individuals, or maybe W2, but like they go hunt and they go find leads. Last weekend, I had 70 dudes go out and sell no soliciting signs door to door. The irony of that, no soliciting signs door to door. And we came home with $2,500 within a matter of 2 hours. And what was the interesting part is people were like, no, we actually like solicitors. I'm like, really? What's up, guys? Sam Taggart here with the DDD Experts, where our mission is to unify, up-level, bring honor and integrity to the door-to-door space. In this video, we're gonna go over a couple things that people have a misconception of door-to-door and why door-to-door would be so impactful for your contracting business, home service business. And we've helped people like stem cells, painters, HVAC, plumbing, windows, roofing, solar, alarms, pests, and so much more. In today's economy with mortgages, realtors, insurance, things like that, door-to-door is a very viable process. And I'm gonna go over a couple key points of why I say that and the facts and proof behind it, because I think that too often people are afraid of it. And so if you're wondering, like, is it for me, is it for my team? I'd watch this video, and the last piece, like the simple case study of our selling no soliciting signs is just a very viable piece to why I can prove that point. And the objections that we hear are all the same. Don't have money, can't afford it, or don't have time. But it's like, it goes back to some things I'm about to tell you in this video. So again, I hope to get some value out of this for you guys. And really, if you're sitting on the fence wondering, is door-to-door for my business, you can always call us by clicking the link below and scheduling a call with the DD Experts. And we have a team of consultants, a team of trainers that go around and do either a phone call coaching, they go into offices and say, let's map out. So for example, I just had a stem cell company that was like, hey, we're in 13 states and we need to figure out if door-to-door is a model for us. And I said, hey, just for a small investment of R&D, it's not a bad idea to see, can we see if we can't get this off the ground? So if you're new to door-to-door or your model is traditional marketing, you want to add another vertical, we are a company that can help you do so. And in this video, like I said, I'm going to walk you through maybe shifting a little bit of a mindset to how do you think that way. The context is, how do you build a sales carnivore culture instead of an herbivore culture? And I think a lot of HVAC and roofing and contractors, they're kind of like, phone ring. And in today's economy, it's just not ringing like it used to. Your ad spend isn't going as far. And so how do you build a sales culture where you have motivated 1099 sales individuals, or maybe W2, but like they go hunt and they go find leads, and mainly through maybe a door-to-door model or referral model? Because I found that training sales guys, it's like they'll just always take the path of least resistance. And what I mean by that is, like, you give them a lead, they'll go to the lead. But if you don't give them a lead, they're gonna be like, what do I do today? And they sit around and they twiddle their thumbs until you put a thing on their calendar, and then they go to the thing. And so it's like, how do we shift that culture? And there's a protocol that we've built and developed that's proven across many different industries. I think we've worked with over 35 different industries and tens of thousands of sales reps as case studies to say, if you just follow these things, it doesn't matter if you're HVAC, plumbing, whatever, there is a model that you could implement to build more carnivore type hunt, eat what you kill kind of mentalities. And that's what we've been the experts at for the last 8 years. Yeah, I think, like, I've always said a quote, 99% of people don't do what we do because they don't have the balls to do it. I think there's a rare breed. Everybody throws rocks at door-to-door. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be known as that company. I don't want to be seen that way. I don't want to bug somebody at dinner. And I'm kind of like, great, I do. I want to get in front of my customer, qualified buyer, way more likely to buy than I hope they call off a billboard, because I'm taking a proactive approach. And so it does take a little bit of a breed to make sure that we have this hunt mentality, because I always say once an herbivore, always an herbivore. And it's really hard to go recorrect a culture that's always taking leads and they're lead babies. I think it's about building from the ground up a good leader that is boots on the ground. They're not afraid to get in front of people And the reality is you should be seeing this as a big service, because there's people that call you because they know they need their HVAC's wrong, or they need a tune-up or whatever because there's a problem. But then there's 98% of the other Americans that don't call you that probably still have a problem. They don't change their filters. They're not sitting there realizing the inefficiency in their HVAC. You know, I'm just using that as an example, but like, what if you actually knocked on our door and said, maybe we have a problem, you just don't know about it. Can I see, and can I help you, and can I serve you? And all of a sudden you find like there's a big, hey, if you don't take care of this now, it's gonna cost you $10,000 later. If you don't take care of this now, it's gonna cost you, you know, whatever. And let me help you. And I think a lot of people see it as like a negative, like it's aggressive. It's like, I look at it as like Maui from Moana, and you know the song where he's like, you're welcome, you know, and it's like, if I approach this as like, I'm here serving you because I care enough about to actually come all the way to your house to basically check on you, because you probably aren't thinking about this nor want to think about this, but it's important because everybody likes the comfortability of their air conditioning or heater. Like, why wouldn't they buy? It's just, now do you have the tactical approach to hook, to create value, to transition, to close, and can you train? And that's where our company comes in handy, is we've trained thousands and thousands of door knockers across the world now. And it's just about following the process. And if you've got people willing to work, the issue I think sometimes we're limiting those people willing to work by not introducing door to door. It's kind of like, cool, you want me to talk to 3 people today, you handed me 3 leads. If I'm ambitious, like, that's limiting. I would rather say the sky's the limit. There's thousands of homeowners right around us that probably could benefit. Thank you for the 3 leads, and I'm gonna go crush the rest of the day. I think it's less about them wanting it. It's about the sales rep creating a need, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I know, because like, I've knocked thousands and thousands of doors. I've done door to door since I was 11 years old. You know, I'm 34 now. That's all I've done. I've never had a W-2 and made millions of dollars knocking on doors. And, you know, for me, if I go knock a door, it might be 1 out of 3 people say yes to me, despite the product. If the average guy goes and knocks a door, it might be 1 out of 50 people say yes to them. And so I'm in the same neighborhood, same customer base. I'm just better at communicating and creating a problem and finding a solution. And I think the real question is what percent have the resistance to a door-to-door person? And then what are the tactics you can use to build the wall, like build trust and break those resistant walls as quickly as possible? Just like a phone call, a door knock, a cold outreach, they're gonna have immediate like perception of anything door to door. And I remember going around with $100 one day because I was so frustrated, and I'm sitting there trying to give $100 away. And I went through like 10 doors where people were like, not interested. I'm like, I'm giving you, no. I'm trying to give you, no, go away. And it's like, I just want to give you $100, like no strings attached, just to prove a point, to say people, despite whatever you're doing, have a natural resistance to, they see salesmen, they see sales call, whatever. Now, my question is, what things, body language, tonality, questions, hooks, things like that, can I do to create rapport right away to build trust? And what's really cool about door-to-door that you don't get anywhere else is really geo-targeted marketing campaigns. So if I wanted to go after homes that are built in the 70s and 80s, I can geo-fence that, I can go right to those neighborhoods, and now I can build a customer base. We call it become a mayor of your neighborhood. Because if I all of a sudden say, I did Tiffany, Susan, Johnny, and them, and they all had the same problem, they were all built around the same time, you're next. They trust you so much more than randomly calling a billboard, because you've already serviced half their neighbors. And I think that's where people underestimate the power of kind of this centralized, like really focused campaign strategy of door-to-door, is really building around momentum. Heck yes. Now, does anyone have the work ethic and the emotional resilience? Not everybody. I think those are 2 different things. Can I teach you a script that works? Heck yes. Can I teach you how to strategize? Heck yes. But can I teach you how to have emotional resilience and actually get off your ass and go do it? I can motivate you, I could incentivize you, but you got to come up with the why. I think there's too many people in America that just are complacent, they're lazy, they're not hungry enough. And I guarantee if I got a bunch of immigrants from, Zambia that are like peddling who knows what, like they're going to be hungry and they're going to say, oh my gosh, it's free country that I can actually go make a couple grand a day if I just worked hard. And I think people get lazy. So yes, can I teach you? Heck yes. And that's what you're going to be seeing at the summit is guys, like it's learn the tools, engage with us, and we can help you. I think the problem is most people don't have enough at-bats, where door-to-door gives you an infinite number of at-bats. You know what I mean? And it's maybe your batting percentage goes down. Oh my gosh. And some people are like, well, I don't want to hurt my percentages. And I'm like, okay, I want to make more money. That's all I care about. And I think it's the shift. And there's so many people that if we just help them see it and crack the code, all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, where was this 15 years ago? Where was this my whole life? And it's unbelievable how fast we double, triple, quadruple companies when we work with the owners of implementing the system. And I had the opportunity to interview Lance Armstrong a few times actually this January. He came to my event. I have a big event where we have thousands of door knockers and business owners come to Utah every year in January. And Lance was one of our keynotes. And I love what he said. I mean, 7-time, despite the controversy, Mr. Tour de France, right? And he's like, I was just obsessed with the process. And he's like, there wasn't a day I didn't get up and rode my bike. And I loved it. I was obsessive over it. And down to the micro details. And he's like, I just followed my process. I think too many people fail to understand what that even is. They don't even build the process. They don't get coaching around, guarantee Lance Armstrong, because he said it, like had coaches and mentors and said, hey, let me show you the exact process of what winning looks like. And I think that's the importance of going to events. That's the importance of hiring coaches. That's the importance of outlining and testing and A/B testing and saying, okay, what does winning look like? And I think the biggest freaking problem is people don't have enough at-bats. And they're hoping by paying some web marketing, some SEO freaking funnel dude to go get them their at-bats. And they're so dependent on the algorithms of the interweb. And I'm like, bro, belly to belly, I see a problem, let me fix it. Very simple. And I think we overcomplicate the shit out of this too often. Very little ad spend ever. So I have a simple formula. More reps, talking to more people, closing at a higher percentage equals more money. If we can increase one of these 3 levers, either get more guys, get them talking to more people. Maybe the average guy talks to 5 people a day. Let's get him talking to 15. And closing at a better percentage, meaning he's converting 1 out of 10. Let's get him to 2 out of 10. Like people don't realize, like just shifting those 3 levers, we can scale your business pretty quickly. And it sounds so simple. You're like, well, duh. And you're like, okay, then why do you only have 3 reps? Well, that's how many leads I can give them. Okay, that's your small-minded thinking. Yeah, it's direct marketing. And I think it still works. People are like, are people still doing this? I'm like, I live in Utah. I guess it's like famous for MLMs, Mormons leveraging Mormons, door to door, and like you just think of like, and maybe it's just the culture I grew up in is just like we're surrounded, your proximity environment plays a big part in how you think. And I think people don't think about like, when people think I'm going to go start a business, let's say I'm going to buy an HVAC or I'm going to start a roofing company or I'm going to whatever. I'm like, the initial, they're like, how much is the startup cost? And for me, I'm like, I don't even need a hat, business cards, website, nothing. I just need to have somebody, like you said, be able to fulfill the order, and that's it. But I know, because I've tried this with bounce houses, with spyglasses. Last weekend, I had 70 dudes go out and sell no soliciting signs door to door. The irony of that, no soliciting signs door to door. And it was a case study. We'd throw these big events and we said, let's go to the neighborhoods, like part of our sales training, like let's actually go and do this. And I thought it'd be funny to go sell door to door, no soliciting signs. And we came home with $2,500 within a matter of 2 hours. So it was like, you know what I mean? And that does, like think about that. I had an army of 75 guys or 70 guys for 2 hours, made $2,500. You know what I mean? And it's a simple equation. And I think people think startup costs, oh, it's going to cost me 50 grand to get my website built and the marketing spend and this, and then it takes 6 months to build your SEO. And I'm like, I would not even do that until I had my first 10 deals, until I made my first 50 grand. Because I'm like sitting here going, why not? Like, you just got to go put it on your shoulders for a second and go build some money, because sales cures all. But so many people are avoiding the element of sales, trying to solve it by this process and this automation and this thing. And I'm like, how about you just go sell more? Like, just go sell. And then when you have enough money or overflowing with money and you can fund, now automate, let's build out, let's have some SOP. You know what I mean? Like, but dude, just go freaking sell for a second. I mean, the law says, unless you have a permit, I mean, it is posted there to not trespass. So do I still knock them? Probably, as long as I have a permit. I want to have like all the ammo I can have, but be respectful. Like, if I'm less pushy on those for sure. You know, because who knows? Maybe it was the guy that lived there before that put it up and they just left it up. Maybe they want solicitors. Because you know what's funny is the answers that we got, objections. Let's just think of the objections you get typically. Not interested, not now, can't afford it, need to talk to spouse. Well, on Saturday, we got all those objections, right? It's like, you need to talk to your wife, it's $15, bro. Like, oh, hey, do you have a card? Will you come back? It's like, I'm not going to come back for $15, like in my head, right? And it was funny. We recorded all the conversations. I have 500 recorded conversations. I took that data, and now I'm analyzing this because I wanted to use this as like a petri dish case study. And what was the interesting part is people were like, no, we actually like solicitors. I'm like, really? You know, and that was an objection. I don't want to sign. I actually like solicitors. And my whole life, I'm like, wait a minute. No way. You like us? Like, you know, and then I'd say, oh, you probably get a lot of door-to-door people here. And they're like, no, we never get door-to-door. I'm like, bull crap. If I was selling alarms or if I was selling pest control right now, I know you would tell me, oh, you're the 10th guy that's come by. But the reality is, people don't know what they want. They just are afraid. They just don't like to be sold. They have this resistance. But if you can come off approachable, you can come off humble, you can come off like willing to serve. There are so many people who are so grateful for your service, and I've made millions and millions of dollars on the back of that. And I feel zero guilt doing it because I do it the right way. Like I said, I hope to shift the mindset of door-to-door. It isn't a bad profession. It's not slimy. You can do it ethically, and you can do it where it still maintains good reputation in your company. I know plenty of door-to-door companies that have 5-star reviews. It's just a matter of how do we go find those talent, train the talent, maintain the talent, and keep them motivated to keep going. So here to support. Again, click the link to schedule a demo with one of our guys to see if door-to-door is a good fit for you. And we'll go through discovery, and we'll be honest. We'll say, hey, probably not ready for it. Or it's like, well, you'd be dumb if you didn't add this. And we'd love to support you here at the DD Experts. And feel free to hit subscribe, and that will give you plenty of other videos that you might gain a ton of value from, just on how to door knock, pitches, closes, and stuff like that.